Hi, my name is Ralph and welcome back to the channel. Well, as you've seen in our previous video, we got the oil pump all together on the Jet Black motor, and now we're going to work on putting the rest of it together. Today's video, we're going to put the bottom end in and try to get the cases bolted together and possibly put the cam and the breather gear in and a few things like that. We'll see how we come along with it thus far. I'm getting excited about putting this motor together, and it won't be long we'll have it on the engine stand and have it running. So stick with us for that. So let's get on to putting the bottom end together. There. So now we're going to put the bearings on the bottom end. We've got the bottom end done already. I've already trued it up. We go to our bag of bearings, and inside here you can see I've kept an orange one on that, and that's to tell me that that's the inside case bearing, so that I never get confused. I always do it the same way. So this one will go on there this way. It fits inside the case. Screw this down till it bottoms out in there. Here's our little piece. Then we'll just screw this down. There we are. There, we're bottomed out. Okay. Next we look in our little bag and make sure we get the spacer ring out. This spaces the bearings so they don't get crushed out and not to get forgotten in there. So that goes in there, in between your bearings. Okay. Make sure our rods are clear. These are there on our case. Good. And then we just press the outside bearing in. Should be able to tighten that right down, and that spacer in between is going to set the space between the Timkins so they don't lock up on the races. As you can see, our case is nice and free, and that's exactly what we want. There we go. Now we've got our sprocket spacer. Put that right on. Help center it up there. That just needs to be down there flush. Just a little bit past the edge, tiny bit. There we go. That half's together, and we're ready to assemble the other half now. So we'll go ahead and work on that. Pretty soon this pitch black motor is going to be coming together, and I'm pretty excited about that. It's taken me a while to get it together, but it's happening now. So stick with us and we'll show you as we go along. So now we're getting ready to put our case halves together. And we're just measuring our pinion shaft here just to be checked, but I have my bearings, but I want to double check here. We use our telescoping gauges in here. Measure this hole. And 1 inch, 751 thou there. We'll go 1.751 minus 1.249 equals minus 1/1000 clearance equals divided by 2 equals and minus 250, which is your standard size, 5/10,000ths of an inch oversized bearings, which are what we have here already in place for these. So that gives us our sizes that we need, and we can move ahead. Now we'll put our pinion bearings in. We start with a washer, flat washer. Bunch of engine lube on here. Okay. Let's face outward. Inward. Got there. Then we need our clip. There we go. Locked in there good. All right, now we need our case sealer. So we'll start putting our case sealer on. I like to use this 3-bond 1184 gray. It works great on these cases. Just going to start. We'll just let it set up for a minute and get a little bit tacky. We'll get back to it. Now, carefully slide our case on. And then we'll put our alignment ones in. Just take your time and wipe this off. A little bit of aerosol before it sets up, or you'll never get it off. Even that is setting up now. These off, put a little bit of Loctite on them. Okay. We'll have to find a shorter one for this particular one here. So now we just go around and kind of evenly torque them down. Starting with this one here. I'm going to go to 10 pounds. And then I believe it's 17. So, 17 for the first one. That's 2. All right. Now we're all torqued down. That feels good. Feels good. So there. So now that we've got down the bottom end, we start putting our studs in, putting our cylinders on and our pistons in, and start getting this motor together. It's looking good so far. Everything turns nice and freely, and we're well lubed up. So we're just going to let set them cases harden up before I pour too much stuff down in there. And we'll get our bolts and bolt them down, and then we can start working away at it. If you enjoyed this video today, subscribe, like, ring the bell, do those things. We keep trying to put videos out and trying to teach you things and pass along a little bit of knowledge that we have if we can. I'm not the expert on everything, but I've learned a few things over the years, and I try to make your life a little bit easier should you be working on these vintage type of engines. So stick with us. We'll see you on the next video.